So recently, this Texas congressional candidate made some questionable remarks. This is regarding the anti-Asian hate crimes that have been uh, rising throughout the West lately. Uh, so let's check this article out. So her name is Seri Kim. Uh, she's Korean, and she made some really, to be honest, baffling remarks about the Chinese. So, more specifically, it's about Chinese immigrants. Uh, she is, of course, a Republican candidate, and she stated, right, I don't want Chinese immigrants here at all. They steal our intellectual property, they give us coronavirus, they don't hold themselves accountable. So she made these remarks, and that was shared on Twitter by a guy called Gromer Jeffers or something. Yeah, there was a bit more on it actually. After they don't hold themselves accountable, and then she says something a bit baffling here actually, and quite frankly, I can say that because I'm Korean, as if your race has anything to do with it. And so in the article it says she is a first generation immigrant from Seoul, South Korea, and was part of the Donald Trump admin as well. And regarding Asian hate crimes, she said she was not worried about it when asked. She stated here, right? Asians have always faced violence. It's not worse than before. Sure, sure. And then she makes this really idiotic statement as well. I'm Asian American and I've never felt discrimination because I blame China for the problems they have actually created. Uh, as if racists can tell the difference between East Asians, honestly. And she makes a lot of claims like they're the ones that cause COVID, they're the ones that steal our technology, they're the ones that manipulate the borders, they're the ones that make you feel guilty because you want to shop at the small business down the street, as opposed to paying for the child labor that they have with the Uyghurs. So even if we assume all of these statements are true, it's still not an excuse for anti-Asian hate crimes. Like seriously, that's something that's happening in another country, and racists are using the incompetence of their own government to project. They're trying to blame, like they're trying to blame other countries, other people, to shift their attention away from their own incompetence. And this is a common strategy used by the right wing. It's different from projecting. You can just call it distraction, just simply distraction. And then yeah, she went on like a rant there. She says in a tweet, she says China jails and kills Christians. China uses immigration to steal America's intellectual property. China created coronavirus in a lab. China is a threat to American security. We must hold China accountable. It's stuff like this, right? Self said by she's not a self-hating what's it called? She's not a self-hating thing because she's not a Chinese. She's a Korean. But this is an example of people perpetrating a justification for racists to use when they commit these hate crimes. And it's not just East Asians, it's happened before, like during 9/11, Muslims, there was the rhetoric, I wouldn't say similar, but it goes along the same logic, if you will. They were blamed. There was a lot of atrocity propaganda made against them, and that was used by racists to justify their attacks against these people. Now, why do racists do this? It's because they're insecure about their own, what should I say, inability to achieve anything in life, and they need to lash out at someone because they feel insecure deep down. They don't have confidence in their own ability. But yeah, I'm just going off on a tangent regarding that. But yeah, if you see tweets like this, doesn't matter who makes them actually, really, you gotta aggressively put it down. You gotta like show them the place, because racists are definitely going to use it as a justification, and hate crimes are just going to increase, and we're going to see more of this stuff coming from a lot of Western politicians. I would say a lot of self-hating Asians and stuff like that, and a lot of other, unfortunately, a lot of other minorities are also attacking Asians because they're just swallowing this propaganda without using any critical thinking. They want to, like, regarding minorities hating other minorities and stuff, I don't think it's an insecurity issue. I think it's more really that they believe in the propaganda. They think it's true, like all these allegations like this Kim person said are actually true, and they feel like it's the right thing to do, apparently lashing out at Asians, you know. So yeah, I don't think this will stop. I think it's going to increase. It's not like atrocity propaganda because it's made by individuals. We can't really stop them from making these tweets as long as people, like, as long as the masses don't like aggressively push back against these statements. It's just going to keep continuing. But I do think our individual attempts at fighting against these allegations prove worthwhile, because more reasonable people will be pulled over to our side. But then again, those reasonable people are the more quiet ones. They won't really fight against. They're not really the aggressive type to fight against this nonsense. So yeah, just a little video about just the sheer stupidity of her claims, and one of the reasons as to why hate crimes are increasing. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.